The ocean has always been a fascinating wonder to me. There is so much about it that we do not know, yet it brings me a sense of peace and serenity. Whenever I am stressed or feel like I need to reconnect with nature, I find myself sitting near the water, listening to the waves crash over the beach and breathing in the fresh, salty breeze. Growing up in Newfoundland, I was fortunate enough to have always been surrounded by the ocean. Ever since I was young, my parents would always take me to the beach, fishing or hiking, and somehow I always found my way into the water, trying to find sea glass, starfish, or crabs to observe. My mom taught me how to fish from a young age, and now that I'm older, this is something that I look forward to when I go home in the summer to spend time with my family while also being in an environment that brings me joy. From all my experiences, I was able to observe so many ecological concepts, such as competition, different ecological processes, and interactions. The audio playing in the background displays the dynamic interactions within the complex ecosystem of the ocean. You can hear the waves crashing as the tide rolls in, the groans and clicks of whales, and the cries of seabirds. Here, various interactions are occurring, such as abiotic-biotic interactions between the animals and their environment, the water, and biotic-biotic interactions such as the predation of fishes by whales and seabirds. The ocean together is representative of large-scale ecology. Within it, there are various hotspots of life, such as coral reefs and hydrothermal vents that demonstrate patterns of local and regional diversity. In these communities, the local diversity of an area increases as a fraction of the regional diversity, since only a certain number of total species will utilize coral reefs, for example, as their realized niches. Take an octopus. An octopus may have a wide fundamental niche of areas that it could live in, but because of predation from sharks, it has a narrower realized niche of where it actually lives. Interspecific competition is the competition for resources between organisms of two different species, while intraspecific competition is between two or more organisms of the same species. Here, both types of competition are powered by the search for resources. An example of intraspecific competition can be depicted in this image of starfish. Here we can see that competition may be occurring between these starfish as they compete for space and food within their community. There are many different types of interactions between organisms in a community. Such interaction involves parasitic, where one organism benefits while the other dies, commensalism, where one organism is benefited, the other is unaffected, and mutualistic, where both organisms benefit from the interaction together. The interaction between that of a mussel and a barnacle is an example of a commensalism interaction, where the barnacle benefits from having a place to live out their sessile life, while the mussel is not affected by the presence of the barnacle, utilizing it as a house. The ocean also plays a huge role in our hydrologic cycle. This cycle involves the uptake of water through evaporation into our atmosphere, where it then condenses and forms clouds. These clouds migrate through our atmosphere from wind, and once the clouds get too heavy, the water falls as rain. This relocation of water is crucial to support our forests and various other forms of life that rely on this relocation to survive. Edu-optimunk, or two-eyed seeing, is the indigenous practice of integrative science that includes the strengths of indigenous and Western ways of knowing. This allows individuals to utilize both ways of knowledge under various circumstances to gain a better perspective and to find the best way to do things.